What's up, Niner gang? Welcome into the 49ers Report right here on Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Sr. We have some breaking news to get to as the San Francisco 49ers have signed free agent cornerback Dre Kirkpatrick. Jason Verrett's torn ACL was confirmed earlier today by Coach Kyle Shanahan. Raheem Mostert going on IR with a knee injury that opened up two roster spots on the 53-man roster for San Francisco. One of them is going to be occupied by Kirkpatrick. Ian Rapoport of the NFL Network first on the news, tweeting this out around 5:30 Eastern. The 49ers are finalizing a deal for veteran cornerback Dre Kirkpatrick, source said. Some starting experience following the injury to Jason Verrett. Kirkpatrick, who is most recently with the Arizona Cardinals, worked out for San Francisco recently and impressed. I know some of you might be watching and asking yourself, who is Dre Kirkpatrick? Well, he played for the Arizona Cardinals last year, so maybe you have some level of familiarity with him. But if you don't, here's a little rundown as to who Kirkpatrick is. Has some pedigree. For a while, he put together some very good years with the Cincinnati Bengals from 2012 to 2019. He was a first-round pick out of Alabama, I believe number 17 overall back in 2012. So he's been in the league for a long time, has a lot of experience, been in the league almost a decade, 31 years old, was with the Cardinals last year, and struggled with Arizona on a team that had a pretty solid defense. You take a look at his numbers in 2020 in that COVID season. He played 14 games. He started in 11 of them, so started a lot of games on the outside for Arizona. And in that sample size, put together a season that saw him put together 56 tackles, 3 interceptions, as well as 7 pass breakups. That 7 pass breakups number is pretty solid for a guy who did struggle last year. But given his pedigree, a former first-round pick, all of the experience that he's had, the good years that he had in Cincinnati, he does have a knack for making some big plays, does have some good awareness, can read out what some offenses are doing because of that aforementioned experience. So Niner gang, I want you to chime into the comment section right now. Scroll on down and get your votes in. Do you like the signing of Dre Kirkpatrick? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Be sure to get those votes in. This is why you subscribe to the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. We hit you with the latest news and rumors. When breaking news happens, we have you covered with a video within minutes of that news breaking. So hit that red subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/49ers TV. We are the largest 49ers channel on YouTube, one of the most watched 49ers channels on YouTube, and we're trying to get to 40,000 subscribers. So hit that sub button. You take a gander at the 49ers 2021 defensive back depth chart now with Dre Kirkpatrick in the equation. When everybody is healthy, this is what you're looking at. Emmanuel Mosley, Jaquiski Tart, Jimmy Ward, and now Deommodore Lenoir after he played an NFL league-high 90 snaps in the season opener against the Detroit Lions, was targeted 3 times, only gave up 1 catch for a 5th-round pick to look that good on the outside as a rookie in his first game as a pro. That's really good news. But the problem with the Niners' defensive back kind of orientation is the lack of depth. They're a little bit thin there because Ambry Thomas doesn't look all that ready to play. He's somewhat raw. K'Waun Williams is solid. I like him better in the slot. And this is why that Josh Norman signing was somewhat notable, because he, like Kirkpatrick, can give you starting experience if you need that, but also great veteran presence in the locker room and on the field, because you already know, given the experience that both of these guys have and the level in which they've played in their respective careers, they're going to be able to lock down DeMeco Ryans' defensive scheme very, very quickly. Now, some of you watching might be saying, does this mean that the 49ers are no longer interested in Richard Sherman? According to reports from David Lombardi of The Athletic, 49ers, even though they're bringing in Dre Kirkpatrick, are still interested in a potential reunion with Richard Sherman. We'll get to that in a second, but first, shout out to today's sponsor, BetUS, for making today's show possible. This deal is the best deal that any sports book has to offer. You go to chatsports.com/49bet, enter the promo code Niners125, and you get a 125% deposit bonus. Also, we have this cooking up for you. If you deposit $100 into your account, using that link at the bottom of your screen, as well as that promo code, we will send you a free 49ers jersey thanks to our friends at Fanatics. You have to follow these steps on your screen. Chatsports.com/49bet, enter the promo code Niners125. You sign up, you deposit at least $100 because that's the amount of money you have to at least deposit for this deal to apply. You then get that 125% deposit back, meaning when you deposit $100 in your account, you get an additional $125. That's $225 to wager with. After you do all of that, email us, jersey@chatsports.com. Let us know that you sign up and you followed all of those steps. Maybe you want a Trey Lance jersey in your closet, or a George Kittle thread, or maybe an All-Pro Fred Warner jersey. Once again, follow all of those steps. Then once you complete those steps, email us, jersey@chatsports.com to redeem it. You have to get all of this in by the time the Niners take on the Eagles in Week 2. If you have any questions about this, you can either hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior, or you can email us at that email address. Let's get to Richard Sherman now. This reporting coming from David Lombardi on a Monday afternoon, right after the news broke from Ian Rapoport that the Niners are bringing in Dre Kirkpatrick. Lombardi saying this: the 49ers remain interested in potentially signing Richard Sherman to a later date. Remember, it's a very long season, and chances are San Francisco will need even more cornerback depth to make it through. And a fresh vet late in the season might be a significant boost. I agree with that. I think Richard Sherman can still play. In his 3 years in San Francisco, 2018 to 2020, he was a very good player, and then injuries cut his season short last year because those injuries lingered. But in 2019, Richard Sherman, as part of that defense that helped lead the Niners to the Super Bowl, was a Pro Bowl player, even though he's getting long in the tooth. 61 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 11 pass breakups, and 3 interceptions. As for last year in 5 games, I still thought Sherman was pretty good. 5 games played, as I mentioned, 18 tackles, 1 interception, 1 pass breakup. He was in the mix of the bevy of players who got injured last year for the 49ers, as they were one of the most off-injured teams across the National Football League. Richard Sherman can still play. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the legal situation that he had with his family going on a couple months ago. I'm willing to take a chance on a guy who, other than that legal situation, has been a high-character dude. He's a great leader. He's a future Hall of Famer, an all-pro, Pro Bowl caliber guy, and I think he can still contribute on this 49ers defense. I also want to say this. I know the secondary is in a bad spot, but that 49ers defensive line is legit. It runs 8 to 10 deep. So as long as they can continue to generate pressure on the quarterback and the opposing quarterback doesn't have time to throw, makes the job on the back end easier for the secondary. So yeah, I mean, if the 49ers sign Richard Sherman, you're looking at one of the best defensive backfields in the history of the game, maybe in 2014 with Richard Sherman, Josh Norman, and Dre Kirkpatrick. All of those guys that I just mentioned, obviously older now. But what do you want the Niners to do? Even though they brought in Kirkpatrick. You want them to sign Sherman? Hop on board, join the show, type S for sign, type P for pass, and once more, please subscribe to the channel. Nobody's doing what we're doing here on the 49ers Report. Watch parties. We had 60,000 people join us yesterday for Week 1. Live shows every single Tuesday. Breaking news, news and rumors. We do it all, including audience interaction. So hit that red subscribe button down below. And as always, thanks for making the 49ers Report a part of your day.